You say that Jesus is God, and then you say Jesus is the Son of God. How does that make any sense? That's not logically possible. Okay, well, let's start at a base level. Do you believe that God can do anything? Yes, I believe God can do anything. Okay, so you just proved that God can make himself into a human form, be his own son, and yet be God at the same time. God quite literally doesn't have to work in the realm of logic in our mind. He can do anything he wants. So what is the problem here?
I don't know what the Muslim's talking about. It's totally ignorant. God could only do things that befits his majesty. It's that saying, can God make a rock so big that he can't himself lift? Can God cease to exist? Of course not. This is not godly, like it's not in his nature. Imagine Mike Tyson comes in front of you. A professional boxer, very strong. If you're really as strong as people say Mike Tyson, let me knock your teeth out. And don't do anything about it. Yeah, if you are a strong person, you will let me knock your teeth out. Of course he's not going to let me do that because it shows his weakness. It doesn't show his power. So to claim that God can do whatever is pathetic and it's ridiculous. And to become a human, go to the toilet, that definitely is not godly-like.
Hello everybody. Today I found an interesting video. It was from a practicer of Islam who had some interesting critiques about Christianity. In this video, I will be addressing them one by one and stating why I disagree. I will be using biblical truth to dismantle these arguments. Thank you for watching, and let's get into the video. This person makes the argument that God does not do things that are against his nature. And this is, of course, true. As the Bible says, God is not a man that should lie. Okay. Well, anyways, he says that God would not be glorified, though, through becoming a man. And this is where I begin to have problems and disagreements. For example, in John 13:32, and 31 through 32. So, when he had come out, Jesus said, "Now the Son of Man is glorified, and God is glorified in him. If God is glorified in him, God will also glorify him in himself. Glorify him immediately." It says here that God, in fact, the Son of Man is glorified, and God is glorified through or in him. And so, because of this, we know that Christ becoming a man and doing the will of the Father did glorify God. It does glorify his nature. When he died and when he allowed himself to be crucified, when he allowed himself to become a man and then be crucified on the cross so that we may be saved, that did glorify him, because when he died and then he rose again from the dead, he defeated death and hell. So, I mean, that shows the glory of God right there, that he can defeat death. He defeated hell. So it does show his majesty. It befits it, per se. And then when Christ rose again from the grave, it also showed his power, and it showed that God is more powerful than death and hell. It showed that God is victorious over it. It also showed when Christ died so that we may be saved and forgiven. Even though we were depraved, he took the wrath of God for us.